Welcome to this week's Oregon Minute. This week we are interviewing Library Director Jennifer Way to get an update about the library's capital campaign. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Emily.
How's it going?
Good. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, it's no problem at all. So we are almost to the December deadline for the capital campaign. Can you give me a general update on where that's at?
Yes, absolutely. Our community has been really generous. We've raised over $1.94 million as of today, which is amazing for a community of our size. We have a lot of fundraising activities going on right now. On Saturday, we did a trick-or-treat for the new library, where we had people of all ages came and made donations and received a free cookie from Fosdale's Bakery in Stoughton. They generously donated those cookies. We had kids come and donate, quarters, dimes, nickels, dollars, and we also had, adults come and be very generous as well. So that was a wonderful community event. Also fun to see all the Halloween costumes. We also have a number of other events coming up. We're really trying to do everything we can to get the word out in the community and to get as close as we can to reaching that goal before the end of the year. We have an online silent auction coming up starting in November, and also a library gala coming up as well.
And so, how have you felt about the turnout of all of these events? And you obviously had the trick or treat, and then you had some events over the summer. How do you feel about the turnout of those events, and how does it influence any optimism you may have about reaching the December deadline?
Yeah, so it's been really just wonderful and kind of heartwarming to see all the support we get. We obviously had a great support for the summer brat stand and Day of Giving we had, but it's really continued, which is great to see the excitement in the community and the support from people of all ages. And people are really doing what they can. Everybody's kind of doing their part, and that might look different, for one person versus someone else, but just doing what they can to make it happen. You never know what's going to happen from day to day, what gift you'll get or what someone will be able to do. So it's just really, every gift is really appreciated and really gets us a little bit closer to the goal. We're obviously have a ways to go, but with everybody being generous, I'm optimistic that we're going to get, much further even if we can't get the whole way.
Mm-hmm. So obviously we're about 100,000 to the halfway point.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's still that $2 million to cover in 2
Right.
months. What happens if the campaign doesn't reach its December deadline?
That's a really great question. So obviously, fundraising during a pandemic isn't ideal. So we didn't have our plans for the project until last August. So it's been about 14 months since we started fundraising full speed. And so 14 months and almost half of that was a pandemic. Getting where we got has been amazing. But you're right, if we don't reach the $4 million goal, we can't build a library with funds we don't have. We have to have a budget and really stick to that. So there's a lot of different options about how that could move forward. And I don't know the answer to that yet. It's not up to me, but we are going to have the library board and the village board meet together in January to kind of have a conversation about where the fundraising is at that point. They could decide to scale back the building and kind of reprioritize based on the funds that are available. They could decide to extend the campaign and try to continue raising funds for longer to try to get closer to that goal. There might be additional funding sources that could be explored. So really we'll really have to talk about all the possibilities and really try to decide what the best path forward is. Mm-hmm. We want to build the best library we can because we're hoping it can serve the community for a long time. And we're already kind of a little bit behind other communities of our size. So we just want to make sure that whatever choices we make now will be good investments for the community.
And then do you want to remind us what happens if we do reach the December deadline, what the next steps are after that?
Sure. So once we have our budget set, we will rehire architectural services and we'll have the architect take the plans we have now, which are really conceptual. They're kind of just general ideas, and continue developing those, refining them, making them better. Until we can get to plans that we can put out to bid and get the project built. So there'll probably be about 7 to 9 months more of architectural work before we can get started on the bidding and building the project, just to get those plans really refined and where we want them to be for the community.
And what seems to be the general community consensus regarding the new library? Obviously, you've been getting a lot of turnout at these events, but have you heard anything? Like, how does the community feel about the new library at this point in the pandemic?
Yeah, so I've gotten a lot of really great, a lot of excitement from people about it. I'm looking forward to just a lot of the amenities that it will offer. Right now with the pandemic, the need for space has become a little bit more urgent and obvious. Right now we have a lot of our staff working from home when they can, just because our staff area is so small, it's hard to even get our staff in the building. We've taken over our meeting room and turned it into a staff area. and just trying to figure out how to let people safely back in the building is really a challenge with the space we have. So it's really kind of reinforced the need for that additional space. But people are really just looking forward to being able to come back in the library and hang out and have places to read with their children, or for teens to kind of explore. Or adults. We've heard a lot of people go to like Fitchburg to use the study rooms they have there, or the meeting room space. We'd really like to be able to offer that in Oregon and just enhance what other places are already available in the community.
Can you just give me a general update on where library services are at, like in terms of curbside services? Like, what does the library continue to offer patrons at this point?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. Right now we still are doing everything for checkout in terms of by curbside pickup. So people can call the library or place requests online, and then either make an appointment to pick up their materials, or they can drop in during specific times during the week. They can come and show up without an appointment to get those. And so that's going really well. It's been really popular for people. It's kind of convenient to just drive by and pick things up. We do also offer a lot of online programming, so that programming is kind of just shifted to the virtual setting, like many other events in the community. And we do have a lot of online resources. People can download books to listen to or books to read on their devices as well. So there's a lot of digital resources that people are discovering because of the pandemic that they might not have explored before.
If funds don't come together in the most ideal fashion, do you have any ideas for alternative spaces or sites for the new library?
Sure. So the current site was selected in 2017 before I started, and the village has invested a lot of money into purchasing that site. So really, I think the library board and the village board would have to really work together to decide that exploring another site would make sense. But we really want to be responsible with money, so I think that's definitely something that we would have to be open to if we don't reach the goal, to make sure we're making the best possible use of the funds available.
Sure. Jennifer, do you have anything else you would like to add?
Yes, we have a couple events coming up I'd love to get the word out about. We have an online silent auction that's starting November 6th and running through November 15th online. There's over 150 items that were contributed by local businesses and individuals. There's some great gift ideas, so I'd encourage people to check that out. It's on our library website. We also have a library gala coming up on Saturday, November 14th, and that's just kind of a fun night. We have a mixologist that'll be presenting 2 different recipes. We'll have Bob Blinmeyer will be our MC. We also have a 1920s costume contest that we're encouraging people attending to dress up in kind of 1920s clothing, and there'll be a prize for the best costume. So hoping to kind of really have a kind of a fun night out, but also a chance to learn a little bit about the library at the same time.
Well, thank you so much, Jennifer, for appearing once again on the Oregon Minute, and best of luck in regards to the Capitol campaign. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Oregon Minute. Watch every Thursday at 7 p.m.